We live in a world where the norm is constant striving. Every day is a push to achieve more, perform at our best, and endlessly optimize ourselves. We've become our own taskmasters, whipping ourselves to do more and go faster. Stress, burnout, anxiety, and depression are now part of our daily routines. As these issues deepen, it feels like we're no longer just exploiting ourselves. We're on the path to collective self-destruction. But it doesn't have to be this way. The ancient Taoist sages left us a treasure trove of wisdom that can help us find balance again. Lao Tzu, for instance, wrote a simple yet profound guide over 2,000 years ago called the Tao Te Ching, one of Taoism's core texts. Even though life was dramatically different back then, the pressures the ancient sages faced aren't all that different from what we experience today. They questioned society's demands, just as we might find ourselves questioning the endless hustle and grind of modern life. Today, we'll explore how Lao Tzu's teachings can help us let go of the stress, the chaos, and the madness of modern living. Before we dive in, a quick reminder: if you enjoy this content, please subscribe to our Blissful Living channel. I've also linked the book of Lao Tzu in the description below if you'd like to check it out. Now let's begin. Modern life is stressful. There's no denying that. Think about it. We have endless choices, limitless entertainment options, and countless ways we could structure our lives. Yet with all this freedom comes an overwhelming amount of pressure. It's a world where we've all become our own taskmasters, constantly pushing ourselves to achieve more, faster, and better, often to the point of collapse. Let me give you a practical example. Think about social media. Every day we scroll through feeds filled with perfectly curated lives. It feels like everyone has it all figured out. Whether it's the person flaunting their fitness journey, showing off their travels, or boasting about their career achievements, you start feeling like you're not doing enough, that you're falling behind. But are we actually getting any closer to contentment or happiness by constantly trying to outdo each other? We end up trapped in this vicious cycle of self-optimization. We push ourselves in our careers, our personal lives, our fitness, and our hobbies all at once. We start waking up early to hit the gym before work, squeezing in podcasts on productivity during our commute, and spending our evenings hustling on side projects. On paper, it sounds like we're ticking all the right boxes, but in reality, we're running on fumes. Here are 5 lessons from Lao Tzu's teachings to help us navigate this stressful modern life. Lesson number 1. Stop comparing yourself to others. Lao Tzu teaches that competition and striving lead us away from inner peace. The more you measure yourself against others, the more you disconnect from your own sense of worth. Take a step back, log off social media for a while, and tune in to what you truly need. Your life doesn't have to match the highlight reels or feeds you see online. Lesson number 2. Let go of the pursuit. Lao Tzu, in his timeless wisdom, encourages us to let go of all this striving. In his book, the Tao Te Ching, he asks, "Fame or self, which matters more? Self or wealth, which is more precious? Gain or loss, which is more painful?" These are powerful questions. In today's society, we're told that more is always better: more wealth, more fame, more possessions. But Lao Tzu asks us, is all this striving really worth it? Is the pursuit of wealth or status more important than your well-being? For instance, think about how much time we spend chasing money. Yes, financial stability is important, but after a certain point, does earning more bring real happiness? Studies show that beyond a certain income level, the link between money and happiness weakens. Yet, we keep chasing higher salaries, thinking they'll buy us security or status. But what we often don't realize is that the constant pursuit wears us down, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Lesson number 3. Reframe how you think about success. What if success wasn't about hitting that next income bracket or landing that big promotion? What if it was about living a balanced, peaceful life? Lao Tzu teaches that contentment doesn't come from external achievements. It comes from within. Ask yourself, what is enough for you? Define it. And then, instead of chasing more, focus on cultivating contentment with where you are right now. The constant need to self-optimize can feel overwhelming. We're told to be great at everything, our careers, our relationships, our fitness, our social lives. And now, with social media, we feel like we have to display all of these accomplishments publicly. It's like having a PhD isn't enough anymore. Now, we need a six-pack, a thriving social life, and an impressive list of hobbies, all while being perfectly groomed for Instagram. It's exhausting. Lesson number 4. Embrace effortless action. Wu Wei roughly translates to non-doing, or effortless action. It's the idea of flowing with life, rather than constantly pushing against it. Instead of forcing things to happen, Lao Tzu encourages us to align with the natural rhythm of life. When we stop forcing ourselves to achieve more, we create space for real growth that doesn't leave us feeling burnt out. Think of it like this. Have you ever had one of those days where you're frantically trying to get everything done, and no matter how hard you try, things just keep going wrong? Your computer crashes, your meeting runs late, and traffic is a nightmare. Now compare that to a day where you move through your tasks calmly, without rushing or forcing anything. Somehow, things just seem to fall into place. This is the power of Wu Wei, acting with the flow of life, not against it. Lesson number 5. Let go of control. We live in a society that values control. We think if we can just plan well enough, work hard enough, and check off enough boxes, we'll be able to control our outcomes. But Lao Tzu reminds us that trying to control life is like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. Think about how much we try to control in our daily lives, our careers, our relationships, our health, and even how others see us. We try to safeguard ourselves with financial security, build perfect social media profiles, and constantly worry about how we're perceived at work. But here's the truth. We can't control everything. Lao Tzu tells us that the more we cling to control, the more we invite stress and chaos into our lives. For example, consider the fear of losing a job. Many of us spend countless hours worrying about job security, to the point where we start sacrificing our well-being, saying yes to every request from our boss, and losing sleep over future uncertainties. But can we truly control what happens at work? We can't predict market changes, the company's financial health, or even our boss's mood. So, why not focus on what we can control, our reaction, our mindset, and our peace of mind? Lao Tzu says, "Do you want to rule the world and control it? I don't think it can ever be done. Instead of trying to control everything, we can learn to let go." This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means accepting that life is unpredictable, and that our peace comes from within, not from manipulating the external world. This wisdom applies even to multitasking and rushing through life. We're constantly trying to do more in less time, whether it's getting rich quick, learning a language in days, or transforming ourselves in a week. But most of the time, these shortcuts don't work, and they leave us more stressed. Instead of always rushing, Lao Tzu reminds us to take our time and focus on what truly matters. Slow but steady progress, balance, and substance are the foundations of real success. And when we stop chasing society's idea of success, we can find peace in living with less. Lao Tzu's teachings offer a powerful message for those of us feeling overwhelmed by the pressures of modern life. We can choose to step away from the rat race, embrace simplicity, and find contentment within ourselves. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please support our blissful living community by liking, sharing, and commenting below. For more wisdom and tranquility, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for walking this path of wisdom with us.